Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. This is Art from Art and Less. And in today's video, I want to share my experience in IELTS and CELPIP. And I want to answer one of the most asked question, and that is, what is easier? Is it IELTS or CELPIP? So let's get started. As we all know, IELTS and CELPIP are both English proficiency tests that are used to assess non-native English speakers. Their main purpose is for international study and immigration. So before I answer the question, which one is easier, let me enumerate for you what are the differences between IELTS and CELPIP. So let's start with the price. For IELTS, it is usually priced at 300 to 350 Canadian dollars. And for CELPIP, it is usually priced at around 290 to 300 dollars. So based on these numbers, we can say that overall, CELPIP is cheaper than IELTS. For the exam format and duration, both platforms assess your skills in writing, reading, listening, and speaking. There is a little difference between the duration of IELTS and CELPIP. Both platforms can be taken at a computerized type of exam. But when it comes to speaking exam, IELTS do this by face-to-face interview, while CELPIP still do it in front of a computer. So in IELTS, a person will ask questions and you have to answer. While in CELPIP, there are questions and illustrations that you have to describe in front of the computer and record your audio. And for scoring, in IELTS, they have what they call a 9-band scoring. Band 1 as the lowest score and Band 9 as the highest score. For CELPIP, they have a scoring of 1 to 12, 1 being the lowest and 12 as being the highest score. And now to answer your question, which one is easier? And disclaimer, I'm not an expert in IELTS. I'm basing my opinion on my experience. So for my opinion, I think CELPIP is easier than IELTS. And my main proof is that I got a better score in CELPIP than in IELTS. I have 4 reasons why I chose CELPIP as the easier platform. For reason number 1, it is for the speaking exam. Why is that? For me personally, I describe myself as an introvert. It's very hard for me to speak to some people. It's hard for me to do public speaking. So I chose the CELPIP speaking format as the easier speaking format for me, because in CELPIP you don't have to speak to a live person, and all you have to do is speak in front of the computer and it will be recorded. For me, this is much easier and it removes all my nervousness. And reason number 2, I noticed personally that there is a spelling check tool in CELPIP when you are doing your writing exam. If you notice, if you are writing in a Word document, if you have committed a mistake in spelling or grammar, there will be a red underline beneath the word. So it will give you a hint that you made a mistake in spelling. I observed that there is no spelling check tool in IELTS. Reason number 3, I think CELPIP has an advantage because you can finish the exam in one sitting. Although you can do this in IELTS, but sometimes you have to schedule your speaking exam in a different time or in a different date. I believe this breaks the momentum of the test taker. And if you are in focus at that time when taking your exam, it will be an advantage for you and gives me less distraction. And for my last reason, reason number 4, is the CLB equivalency. As I have said, in IELTS, the highest score is CLB 9. And in CELPIP, the highest score is CLB 12. So for both IELTS and CELPIP, to get your overall CLB score, you have to add all your scores in speaking, writing, listening, and reading, and divide it by 4. Then you can get your overall CLB score. But the problem is band 9, which is the highest score in IELTS, doesn't mean that you have an equivalent CLB score of 12. While in CELPIP, CLB 9 is not yet the highest score. You still have CLB 10, CLB 11, and CLB 12. It means in IELTS, you have to attain a perfect score to get a CLB 9. While in CELPIP, CLB 9 is not yet the perfect score. I hope you understand what I mean. To reveal my score in IELTS and CELPIP, I got a CLB 7 in IELTS and I got a CLB 9 in CELPIP. This is one of the proof that I find IELTS to be harder than CELPIP. These 4 reasons are the 4 main reasons why I think CELPIP is easier than IELTS. But as I've said earlier, this is based on my experience. It can be different to other people. There are people who find IELTS to be easier than CELPIP because some may argue that listening exam in CELPIP is harder than in IELTS. This is because in CELPIP, most of the speakers you have to listen to are in Canadian accent, and they are having hard time listening and understanding this type of accent. While in IELTS, it's a mixture of British, Australian, and American accent. And I think this is a little bit true to my experience because I got an 8.5 score in listening for IELTS and I got an 8 score in CELPIP. So it means I did a little better in IELTS listening than in CELPIP listening. And also, some of you may hear that some CELPIP testers are complaining about noises during a CELPIP exam, particularly when it comes to speaking. Since all CELPIP testers will have their speaking exam in front of their computers, it is inevitable that you may hear your seatmates speaking. But don't worry, usually there are proctors roaming around to monitor this kind of distractions. The proctors may approach these speakers and remind them to lower their voices to avoid distracting their seatmates. And that's it. That's my 4 reasons and my opinions regarding IELTS and CELPIP exams. I hope you learned something from my small blog. And if you are taking your IELTS or CELPIP exam, I wish you all the best. God bless. And what I can advise you is to stay calm and be focused. Thank you guys for watching. Please support our channel by clicking the thumbs up button. Please comment your thoughts below and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you guys on the next video. Take care and God bless.